tell you what, that goal difference is massive for West Ham. It really is. Just looking at the league table now, and as I record this, it's something like 15 minutes into the Bournemouth-Man City game. It's 0-0. I don't know what the result of that's going to be, so I'm speaking of this with the other matches in mind, which is basically Everton losing, Southampton losing, Leicester losing. This is really good for us, actually. I've got to be honest here, I thought Wolves, Leicester and Forest had gone. I thought it was West Ham scrapping it out with Leeds, Bournemouth, Everton and Southampton. I was at the point where I was looking at it and I couldn't see. Three worse teams than West Ham. Sometimes I was looking at it thinking I couldn't see one. Well, do you know what? I've just seen one. It's Nottingham Forest. That'll do. That's a start and I'll take that. The deficit in goal difference is massive. We are -6. -6. They are -24. Crystal Palace will play later on. I've got to record this and do all that. So by the time I've uploaded this, and by the time you watch this, you'll know those results. So I'll just leave them out of this. So we'll deal with what we know. We're only a point behind Leicester. We played the same amount. Our goal difference is exactly the same. Wolves, they're a point ahead of us. They have -15 goal difference. This is really good with the players coming back. And I still think we can get better because Zuma can come back. Now, I don't like to place too much over-reliance in players returning back from injury because I think we're awful with them. I think it's highly likely that even though some players come back, other players will get injured again. So you can't rely on it too much. I mean, you've only got to look at Paqueta. I mean, we were worried, didn't we? It was a massive concern when he went down and clutched his shoulder. I thought it was all over. Fair play. He continued. And I have to tell you what, I thought he played really, really well. Started to express himself. Started to feel part of the team. I've got to hold my hands up here as well here. I was not sure at all about the signing of Danny Ings. I was not sure that David Moyes would be able to get him into goal-scoring positions. Didn't know how David Moyes was going to deploy him, how David Moyes was going to play him. Well, I tell you what, I got that wrong because he got into numerous goal-scoring positions. I think it's fair to say, Ings could have had a hat-trick. I think he had 4 really good chances. Now, obviously, look, a lot of the credit for that is not just Ings. The team have got to play well. He's got to have a supply line. Bowen's got to play well. Benrahma's got to play well. But obviously, Moyes got to instruct them to get around him and get in support. I wasn't sure he was going to be able to do it. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm absolutely delighted that I was wrong about that because, 4-0 win. What it gives the team is huge. And I don't mean the 3 points. Yes, that's great. The goal difference is also really, really good. But the belief and just what a great place that's going to be training this week. It's almost a shame that we got the cup game because I'll tell you what, given a week's uninterrupted training, that would be brilliant. So the cup game is a distraction. I feel we probably don't need at the moment. But very good. Okay, so as I watch this now, I'm watching it. Man City have just gone 1 up there from what I've just seen. Julian Alvarez, that's a funny one. The guy David Moyes turned down. Anyway, that doesn't matter. I'm just not bothered about that stuff anymore. What's more important is the guy that David Moyes did get, and that of course is Danny Ings. And he played really, really well. So I'm delighted with that. And we seem like a goal threat. And the reason that it's important, the messaging, you've got the belief, is that when David Moyes is now saying we can win this next game and we can attack, the players have got something to get behind. The players can believe it. The fans can believe it as well now. I felt he was a little bit irked, Moisey, by suggestions that he was a cautious team. And he even said, I'm probably going to take that. Maybe we have been. But he said we're not been doing an awful lot differently. I would disagree with that. But in this game, this was really good. We attacked from the very start. It was so important that we started quickly, and we really did. Absolutely outstanding from start to finish. We just weren't clinical in the first half. The second half, we certainly were. So good to see Paqueta playing like that. So good to see Bowen with his driving runs. I'm going to talk about this from an attacking perspective as well. Benrahma really came into it in that second half as well. I thought he was absolutely brilliant and obviously instrumental in 2 of the goals there. Ings we've already discussed, and I'm just looking forward to seeing more. You know what? We bought a proven Premier League goal scorer. I think I will call it 2 goals. I've not checked. Probably one of them will be chalked off, but it doesn't matter. To you and I, it doesn't matter. I was going to say it doesn't matter to Danny Ings. If he's on 20 grand goal bonus, it probably does matter. But I think we can all probably agree that Danny Ings deserves both those goals. The right place at the right time. I'm absolutely delighted with that. I really am. Buzzing about it. I'm so worried about relegation and whatnot. This gives me a little bit of hope. I'm not saying we're definitely going to do it. I still think we're in trouble, and we've got to keep up this good form. But if we can now go and get something against Brighton, which will not be easy, but if we can, I start to look forward to a little bit more. And then I'm sort of a little bit more buoyed by what I've seen Everton losing. As I said, I don't care. The 3 that finished below us, I couldn't care less who they are. But Everton losing, I think, is good. And I'm wondering if they had that new manager bounce. Is that now it? Is Sean Dyche having to sort of deal with that limited squad, which so many others have struggled with? And I say limited, they've spent a lot of money, Everton, but there's something not quite right there. And I think it's fair to say so many managers have gone there and not done well. It might not be any reflection on any individual manager, really. But anyway, Southampton losing, it's Leeds winning. Look, someone's got to win, right? Someone's got to win. But I do think by and large the results have gone our way. Let's just talk about Ogbonna quickly as well. Towering performance. I was worried again. I not afraid to say I'm wrong. Far from it. I was worried when I saw him in central midfield. I was worried about the it's not 2 at the back. I'm quite happy. You know what? If it was up to me, I'd play 4-4-2. All right, that's just how I play. So it's not that I'm scared to play 4 at the back, but the 2 centre halves, one of them being Ogbonna, I thought, I'm a bit worried about this. I thought he was really good, and I thought he was at his best. One thing I would say, I thought they've got a toothless attack. But what I'd also like to say is, how many times have we seen Chris Wood cause us problems? Plenty. And he really didn't. Actually, I see what I thought. I thought the opposition manager got this really wrong. So West Ham had so many corners. We did. I don't know. I'll probably check this. But do you know what? I will check the stats. I'll go and check the stats right now so I can see how many corners we got. Let's have a look at the statistics, the stats. Corners. We had 12 corners, right? Every time, and that's a lot, every time we had a corner, they would bring Chris Wood back. I thought it really sort of nullified a lot of their threat on the counter-attack. Not because pace, but they sometimes they wanted to spring it long, and they needed someone to hold it up to then try and feed in Johnson, who I thought was good, Brennan Johnson, but I also thought he was well marked, really well marked by Ben Johnson, by the way. It just shows the benefit of having a versatile player in your squad that can play right and left. Don't know what's happened with Soufal at the point. By the time you watch this video, you'll probably know, so I won't say any more about it because we'll find out. But there was so much to admire, and the way Ogbonna dealt with Wood, although I do think he was, as I say, I think he was slightly handcuffed by the tactics, was good. Look, we had 18 shots. Oh, 5 on target. Don't matter when 4 of them go in, does it? I was so absolutely delighted. 49%, like basically half and half possession. And I don't know why I'm reading out stats. I never read out stats. It's only because I clicked on it. So I thought, oh well, you know what? I might as well. But I'm buzzing. I'm delighted with it. For Bournemouth to be losing, I'm pleased. I just don't care. I actually like Bournemouth and I actually like Southampton. I do, but I don't really care anymore. I just want someone else other than West Ham to go down, really. And if that's it, that's who goes down. That's who goes down. Makes you wonder. I don't know what's going to happen later on. Liverpool are so bad that Crystal Palace could beat Liverpool. Who knows? Anything's possible. I'm not going to talk about it because by the time you watch this, that'll already be done. You'll already know the result of that game. So many things to go through, and I'm going to go through them perhaps in a little bit more detail tomorrow. But for now, we look at that league table, and that does not look bad at all. Well, it does. It looks crap. But compared to last season, it looks crap. Compared to 2 days ago, it looks absolutely bloody marvellous.